Hat on. I'm not wearing blue jeans. I don't have on a funky t-shirt. I'm alligators and Rolex watches from head to toe. Woo!
Okay, so welcome back. This is video 2. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't give you the yo, but video 2. So this is where we left off. Last thing we need to do is just change the name of the button to maybe roll, since that's what we're actually doing with it. Button verbiage should probably relate to what it's actually doing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start connecting this to code. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we are going to click the plus button. And we are not going to do that actually. What we're going to do is we're going to click this button right here, which is going to be the dual screen. So you have some stuff open to close these. This little button down there will close all the windows. So if you don't want them, you can have them. So notice that if I'm clicking on here, it's just moving the phone back and forth. So you have to click on the side, come up here, and then click the other thing that you want to show up. So in this case, we want the view controller to show up on this side. Then we click back here, and then the phone shows up. But if it doesn't, you want to go back and click main after you click on this side, okay? So here we go. We have the dual screen. So here is the view controller code. Here is our outline of our app, our phone app. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little bit of space here. And I want you to just notice you have the class view controller, UI view controller. All the code needs to be essentially within this whole thing. This here is you only need it if you want to preload some code when the app starts. So notice it says, you know, the view did load. It's like, so when this loads, whatever you put in here will happen to the screen first, okay? So I'm just gonna make some extra spaces here. And what I usually do is, so we're gonna control click. So you're gonna hold control down, you're going to click, and then you're gonna drag, and you're gonna move it here. Now, when we're naming outlets, and outlets are just the names of the boxes, we're gonna put them up here. So we're gonna name this Dice Image View 1. We're gonna connect, okay? And now this box, this image view, now has the name of Dice Image View 1. And we're gonna do the same thing for Dice Image View 2. So we're gonna connect this here, and we're just gonna name this Dice Image View 2, okay? Now I'm being very, very specific on the names, and I think you should do that as well. It helps easily call the name when you need to use it, okay? And then the final thing is we're going to connect the button. So you're going to hold control, you're going to click and drag, and you're going to connect the button. I like to connect the buttons down here. Now we're going to connect this button as an action, okay? Because what's going to actually be about when it's pressed, not about the button itself, okay? So we're going to name this roll button pressed. Okay, we're going to connect. We're going to leave it touch up inside. We're going to connect. Okay, so now you have the button. And what I like to do for everything, if you're going to make buttons down here, is just give yourself a little bit of space in between the two brackets. Okay, because remember, any code that you want to run when the button is pressed needs to go inside this section here in between these two brackets. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we're going to come up here to the top, and we're going to create a couple variables, and these variables are just going to set our random dice index, so we can create random number generators on these. So we're going to set this, and we're going to have it start at 0, and then we're going to make another one. So var random dice index 2, and I'm going to do it this way. As you know, you've seen this done a few different ways in class, or depending on when you watch this video, you will see things done 2 different ways in class. So this is inferred because 0 is an integer. This automatically becomes an integer. This one, we're telling it to be an integer, and we're just setting it to 0. So there's just 2 different ways of writing it. So the next thing that we're going to do is now we're going to come down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to set both of these variables to become random number generators, and the random number generators are only going to work when it's inside here, okay? So we're going to go random dice index, and we're going to have it equal, so this is int random, and then you're going to choose the in range option, So we're going to click that, and how you actually do this is you're going to place the first number in the range, then you're going to do a dot, 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 a space and a dot, 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 and then we're going to do the last number in the range. Now remember, when you're encoding, coding starts counting at the number 0, not the number 1. So you have to take that into effect that you can't start this at 1. You should always start at 0, and then it's going to go to 5. Okay? So this is actually, if we assign this to pictures, this could be, if you count it in normal talk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still 6 numbers, but we're just starting at 0. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing for the second one. So we're going to choose random dice index 2 and have it equal the int dot random, and then we're going to do the same thing, 0 dot 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 5. Okay, so that's how it should look. So now when we roll and press the button, it will then give us a random number. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to print, okay, oops, we are going to print the random dice index, and we're just going to do the first one, okay? Let me move this over so it's easier to see. Okay, so in order to get this to show up, we need to run the app, so the your thing to match up, and then we're going to run your simulator, okay? So when the simulator is running, it's going to take a second, okay? Sometimes the simulator doesn't always pop up in front of the screen, but if you notice down here that the simulator icon has shown up, you can click it, and then it should bring the phone to the front of the screen, okay? And give it a second, and now we have the button, and if we click roll, notice down here that the console pops up, and it gives us a random number every time we press the roll button, okay? Assumably, it would do the same thing if you would have printed random dice index 2, okay? So what we have now is we have set up and connected the outlets, the buttons, and now we've set random number generators to work whenever we press the button, okay? So head on over to the next video, and we'll take a look at how to make the dice images move.